Good afternoon, everyone. Now, I'd like you to take a second and picture yourself going out in Athens on a Friday night. The unfortunate reality is that seeing marijuana use is not an uncommon occurrence. Now, my father's an attorney and he's been practicing law for over 35 years. In that time period, he's dealt with many different clients being prosecuted for marijuana use. I myself am a student of law and are very familiar with the laws and regulations that our government has in place regarding marijuana. But that's where the similarities between my father and I stop. I believe that marijuana should be legalized for recreational use in the United States. Legalization would have countless benefits for the United States. First and foremost, legalization has the potential to make our government a lot of money. It's not uncommon knowledge that our government is $16 trillion in debt, and a new source of revenue is exactly what our government needs in this time. It's also very well known that Colorado recently legalized recreational marijuana use. Newsweek reports that on the first day of legalization, Colorado grossed over $1 million in marijuana sales alone. Now, based on those numbers, Newsweek projects that the marijuana industry will grow by over $2.3 billion in the next year alone. If our federal government was able to tax this, that would be exactly the brand new source of income that we need to get out of this debt. In addition to cutting down on our debt, legalization of marijuana would also significantly cut down on crime. This would allow police officers to focus on bigger offenders and offenders of victim crimes, for example, rape and murder. If they're not focusing on small-time offenders of marijuana, they can focus on the real problems in this country and get the real dangerous suspects off the street. In reference to medical marijuana, DEA Administrative Law Judge Francis L. Young was quoted as saying, "It would be unreasonable, arbitrary, and capricious for the DEA to continue to stand between those sufferers and the benefits of this substance in the light of the evidence and record." In addition, our justice system is flawed when it comes to marijuana. People get picked up all the time for possession and trafficking, and they're turned into hardened criminals by our justice system. Another way marijuana would be beneficial to the United States is for medical use. Former Surgeon General Jacqueline Elders says that, quote, "The evidence is overwhelming that marijuana can relieve certain types of pain, nausea, vomiting, and other symptoms caused by the illnesses such as MS, cancer, and AIDS, or the consequences caused by harsh drugs used to treat them, and it can do so with remarkable safety. Indeed, marijuana is less toxic than many drugs prescribed daily." Finally, our federal government has absolutely no right to regulate something that grows naturally. Marijuana grew freely in the United States up until the 1930s when it was made illegal only because hemp was being used to make paper instead of trees, and the logging industry did not see this as a good thing. Legalization would have countless benefits in the United States, and is opposed only by contradictive and inconclusive studies. This is why I believe that marijuana should be legalized for recreational use in the United States. As Americans, we all have rights to little pleasures in life, such as alcohol, sex, and cigarettes, and I believe that in moderation, marijuana is no more harmful than alcohol or cigarettes, and therefore should be treated and regulated as such. Thank you. Now, here are the note cards that I used for this. You can see my thesis statement and statistics are highlighted while my other words are not. I actually ended up using four note cards for this because the direct quotes that I used were both very long. You can see that here. This is the third one, and the front side of this one is all a direct quote from the Surgeon General. And then I just have a few points on the back one here. Now, I know that this speech did not meet the requirements for a live audience, but my little brother asked if he could watch, and his name is Aaron. Aaron, say hi to everyone.
Hello.
And so I was just going to ask him his opinion just to kind of get a head start on the live audience thing. So what did you think about the speech?
Well, I thought it was very logical and well laid out. I thought you were very convincing in your argument, and I thought it was very persuasive.
Hey, well, thank you. And thank you, everybody, for listening. I really appreciate your time.